A woman moves out of her childhood home. 8 years later, she visits. The cat she knew as a teenager, now elderly, is still alive. She walks through the door. The cat lifts its head, then walks directly to her, sits at her feet, and starts purring. And yet something fired inside that animal the moment she crossed the threshold. The question is, what exactly did it remember? Your cat doesn't remember what you look like. They remember something else entirely. And once you understand what that something is, you will never question whether they miss you again. Chapter 1. The face myth. Here is the assumption almost every cat owner carries, completely unchallenged, for the entire length of their relationship with their pet. You believe your cat recognizes your face. You come home, your cat looks up, and you think, yes, they see me, they know me. A landmark study out of the University of Tokyo, led by researcher Atsuko Saito in 2013, tested whether cats could reliably identify their owners from photographs. The results were striking. Cats performed at near-chance levels when shown images of human faces, including their own owner's face placed among strangers. They showed no consistent preference. The reason comes back to evolutionary history. Cats were not. So when you walk through the door and your cat looks up at you, they are not identifying your face. They are doing something else. Chapter 2. The sound print. The same researcher, Saito, ran a second study that produced a completely different result. This time, instead of photographs, she played audio recordings of owners calling their cats by name, alongside recordings of strangers saying the exact same name in the exact same tone. The cats were monitored for ear rotation, pupil dilation, head movement, and vocalizations. When a stranger's voice played, most cats produced a small response. When the owner's voice played, 91% of cats showed a measurable, significant reaction. Their ears swiveled, their pupils dilated, their heads turned with immediate precision toward the sound. 91%. What Saito's team had identified was something we can call the sound print, the specific acoustic signature of your voice as it has been encoded in your cat's memory through hundreds or thousands of repetitions. Your pitch, your cadence, the particular way you soften your vowels when you say their name. Dr. John Bradshaw, whose research into cat cognition at the University of Bristol remains some of the most cited in the field, argues that auditory memory in cats is deeply tied to early social bonding. The sounds associated with safety during a kitten's socialization window, roughly 2 to 7 weeks of age, form the foundation of a lifetime of acoustic recognition. Your voice, if it was present during that window, or consistently introduced in positive contexts afterward, becomes part of their internal map of what safety sounds like. Chapter 3. The scent memory window. A cat's sense of smell is roughly 14 times stronger than a human's. What you probably have not considered is what it means for how long your cat can remember you after you are gone. A 2013 study published in Behavioral Processes documented cats recalling the scent signature of their owners after separations of up to 10 years. The biological mechanism is not mysterious. Cats process scent through a dual olfactory system, combining the standard nasal pathway with the vomeronasal organ, a secondary chemoreceptor structure embedded in the roof of the mouth. This system does not just detect smells, it decodes the chemical biography of a living creature. Your sweat, your skin oils, the specific microbial signature of your body chemistry, the trace R, residue of your laundry detergent, all of it is a document your cat reads with extraordinary precision. Emotional valence matters. The stronger the positive association attached to a scent, the longer the retention. When the woman walked back into her childhood home after 8 years, and the elderly cat crossed the room to her, it was not a visual recognition. It was a scent recognition. The cat's nose read a document it had been keeping in storage for nearly a decade. Chapter 4. The Rhythm Imprint. Here is something to sit with. Your cat knows what time you are coming home. Not approximately, precisely. They know the sound your car makes from 2 blocks away. They know the specific rhythm of your footsteps on the stairs versus your partner's footsteps. They know the pattern of your key in the lock, and they have built an internal predictive map around all of it. Researchers studying feline circadian behavior have documented something called anticipatory activity, a measurable spike in movement and alertness that occurs in cats reliably in the window before their owner typically arrives home. The cat is not reacting to you, they are predicting you. The rhythm imprint is the accumulated record of your behavioral patterns as they have been encoded through repetition into your cat's internal clock, your feeding schedule, your morning routine, the particular sound your shoes make on hardwood versus tiles, the time of day your keys appear in the bowl by the door. All of this becomes a predictive rhythm, a signature of your existence that the cat has memorized not consciously, but structurally, the way they memorize the location of prey. And here is where it stops being cute and starts being genuinely unsettling. That rhythm can survive your absence. A cat in a multi-person household can maintain the predictive map for an owner who has been traveling for weeks, continuing to show anticipatory behavior at the time when that specific person typically returns, while showing none of the same behavior for residents who are reliably home. The memory for your rhythm persists, even when you are not there to reinforce it. Chapter 5. Why a stray you fed once still comes back. You gave a cat food one time, you thought nothing of it. 3 months later, the same cat appears, waits, looks at you specifically, not at the person standing next to you. How? The answer requires combining everything we have covered. A single feeding event, particularly one that occurs during a period of hunger or stress, generates an emotionally charged memory. And emotionally charged memories, as we have established, are the ones that stick. Your scent was present during that event. Your voice may have been. The specific acoustic and olfactory signature of you was filed in association with one of the most powerful rewards a cat can experience: food when they needed it. Dr. Karen Becker, writing on feline associative learning, describes this as a survival-critical encoding mechanism. The cat is not being sentimental. They are being adaptive. Their memory system prioritized that information because it was survival relevant. Your scent became a reliable predictor of a positive outcome. So when they encounter it again, weeks or months later, the association fires, and the cat orients toward you. Chapter 6. What happens in their mind when you leave? This is the chapter that reframes everything. We have talked about how cats remember your voice, your scent, your rhythm across years and sometimes decades. But what happens in the minutes and hours after you simply walk out the front door? A 2025 study funded by the Morris Animal Foundation examined cognitive function in cats aged 7 to 14, looking specifically at the relationship between stress hormones, inflammation markers, and what researchers termed social cognition. One of their key measures was gaze alternation, the behavior where a cat looks back and forth between a problem and a human face, essentially asking for help. What they found was that a cat's capacity for social referencing, for using you as their emotional anchor in real time, was directly suppressed by elevated cortisol and inflammation. In other words, the cat that seems distant or disengaged is not indifferent. They may be stressed. The bond is intact. The memory is intact. The mechanism for expressing it is temporarily muted. What this tells us about what is happening in your cat's mind when you leave is something worth sitting with. The cat is not thinking about you the way you think about them. They do not have language to construct a narrative of your absence, but their nervous system is tracking the gap in your sound, your scent, your rhythm. The predictive maps you have built inside them are running against an environment that is not producing the expected inputs. And that mismatch registers as something that functions at a neurological level, like unease. They are not missing your face. They are missing the complete sensory document that you represent: your voice, your smell, the specific cadence of your movement through the rooms they share with you. 3 signatures, 3 memories, woven together into something that does not have a clean name in human language. But cats carry it, and they carry it longer than most people would believe possible. The next time you come home and the cat looks up before your key turns in the lock, It is not coincidence. They have been listening for the rhythm of you, and they always will be. Next week, every single step a feral cat climbs before they trust you. There is a 7-step ladder researchers use to map that process, and almost nobody outside the field knows it exists. Subscribe so you do not miss it.